Michael, commiserations. It's a tough afternoon at Hayden Road where I think you just have to give Khalsa their flowers. They were much the better side, weren't they?
Yeah, they were the better side, but I think we played a big part of that. I think too many of us today at 4s and 5s, not good enough across the park. So I think that's the more disappointing thing. I think if we were a little bit better ourselves, I think we could have given them a better fight today. But fair play to them. They came, they've done the job, and they've gone away with the 3 points.
We know how strong Khalsa are in possession. They move the ball through the thirds. They combine in wide areas nicely. How did you set up to try and counteract that?
It was pretty much the same as against Corn. Out of possession, would drop in, make it difficult to play through the lines. And the first half an hour, they did that. And then first goal comes from a ball down the line that we don't deal with. We had 2 attempts to kick it out of play. We didn't, and it's across our box and in the net. And same with the second goal. It's a ball over the top, and the lad's just on the volley. It's a hell of a finish, to be fair to him. So, yeah, look, as I said, overall not good enough, which is the most disappointing thing. But an opportunity now Tuesday to bounce into a game and show what we are about.
You brought Charlie Green straight back into the starting lineup, and also Brian Inman on his return to the club. Aidan Webster drop into the bench. What was the thinking behind those changes?
Obviously, I think Chaz has obviously been doing really well coming into the box of late before getting into the box at times and scoring good goals. So it was an opportunity there just to see him in there, see how he got on. He's played a lot of positions so far, so it was another one we wanted to have a look at. And then obviously Ryan, look, we know what Ryan can bring. He's done it for us last year. He can drive. That energy in there is something we probably needed a little bit more of. So look, it's good to have him back. But overall today, like I said, it was disappointing. Not enough of us were at the races, and yeah, like I said, we got punished for it.
There wasn't too much between the sides in the first half, but Khalsa showed those moments of quality. But I guess from your team's perspective, that second goal, especially with the ball over the top, that must have been a very disappointing one to let through.
Yeah, because it was part of the game plan, wasn't it? We wanted them to play long because we felt that we could nullify it when they did. We have some big boys back there that can deal with the ball, but we've just not done it. And like I said, it's a hell of a finish. The lad to attempt it is fair enough to him. So look, we just didn't play to our strengths today, which is disappointing. It's football sometimes, we have to admit we can't be perfect every week. It was the first thing I said to the boys. I said, I know exactly how you feel. Sometimes we have bad days. It's a bad day today. Now it's how quickly we can bounce back on Tuesday and show a reaction and a positive one and go and win a game of football.
Red card or not, I suppose at that stage of the game, the result was heading towards being a formality. But can you just shed some light on what actually happened with Jarvis's red card? There was a bit of confusion with what actually was said.
I'm not sure. So something's been said, but apparently it wasn't Jarvis that said it. So don't know where we stand with it, So look, it's disappointing because we talk about moments changing games, and look, we hadn't done enough anyways to get back into the game at that point. But when you go down to 10, it just gives them a little bit more of an easy ride, if we should say. So yeah, and that's where the third goal comes across. They pick us off. They play the ball through the thirds well. It's another good strike. So yeah, look, it's all learning for us again. Shows that we still got a little bit of improvement to do in this group, but like I said, it's still, we have to look at the positives. For half an hour we were good, but the rest of it we need to improve on.
Would your concern mainly stem from the fact that in that second half your side just couldn't get going even after the half-time break and regrouping your team?
Yeah, it's been a lot of football, a lot of break for us. We've still come off the back of a 2-week break and a heartbreaking defeat against Corn last week. So look, it happens. We had a lot of these moments last year where we hit a bit of a dip, but we always say it's how quickly we can turn that dip around. You don't want to be sat in there in a lull and continuing to lose games and just watch games go by. So it's important now that we cover right, do things properly, and go against Tuesday.
Quick turnaround, as we often say in football, with these Saturday, Tuesday games. It's a trip to Rugby Town. They were beaten heavily today, but what else do you know about them?
Oh yeah, we know obviously we'll be watching the footage back the next couple of days. We have to focus one game at a time. So look, another team that have lost heavy today, and they're going to want to prove a point. So it should be a good game Tuesday night, and we'll go there with everything we've got to go win the game.
A huge boost having Ryan Inman back with the squad today. We don't know for how long he's going to be here for, but aside from the result today, it is a massive boost to have him back.
Yeah, of course. When we were sitting there with it going through yesterday, we thought it would be a perfect opportunity to galvanise this squad, and look, it's not happened today, obviously, but I think moving forward, if we can have him for a little bit more, however long it is, he'll galvanise that group. He did it with us last year, so look, it's positive to have him back in the building for sure.
Are you expecting to add to your squad any more anytime soon?
Not at the moment. Like I said, we're always looking, but it has to be the right fit for us. So, look, never say never. I could say this, and something could come up tomorrow or Monday, and you push through with it. So, don't quote me on that.
And what have your side got to do better between now and Tuesday to get a result at Rugby?
Well, recovery first. Make sure that we're all ready to go, and I think we have to be honest with ourselves at times as well. We have to look at ourselves individually as a group, and just realise where we've gone wrong today, what we could do better individually that could help the group, that could help my teammate next to me, that could just be that little bit extra. But look, they're a young group. They're a group that's a lot of still learning step 4 football. So, look, it's a disappointing result, but we move forward. We're 11 games in now, and look, we've had a good start. We're sitting okay at the moment. Bit more from the group. We keep pushing them in the right direction, and we'll just see what happens.
AFC Rushden Diamonds 0, Sporting Khalsa 3. That's the final scoreline here at Hayden Road for this Saturday afternoon. You're watching AFCRDTV. Diamonds man of the match, Jamal Adams. Jamal, though, tough day at the office for Diamonds.
Yeah, bit of a tough day. Disappointing, to be fair. I think we started well, but we just didn't maintain our level and what we know we can do. So yeah, disappointing day at the office.
The first goal coming in the 31st minute, but for, like you said, Jamal, for maybe the first 20-25 minutes, Diamonds looked bright. We didn't score a goal, though, obviously, but we were right there in the match. And then somehow, for some reason, you think we lost our intensity somewhat.
Yeah, I think, like I said, we started the first 20-25 minutes quite well, I'd say. We were in and around it, and then I think we've learned and had them moments this season where it's just like that little bit of lapse of concentration, and then we find ourselves 1-0 down just from a moment, really. And yeah.
Coburn scores his second goal in the 42nd minute. That really hurt too, because you go into halftime now trailing 2-0. What was Michael's talk to the players at halftime?
To be fair, he gave us a rollicking, which I think was well deserved. We needed that. We needed lifting. I think, one goal going in at half time, we can come out and try and match it and get one back. But then two, I think it really takes the wind out the sail. And yeah.
Well, in the second half, definitely a turning point came in the 65th minute when Jarvis Wilson received a second yellow, supposedly for dissent. But speaking to Jarvis briefly after the match, he said he was not the one who was dissenting. So you think Jarvis might want to appeal that red card? Yeah,
no, definitely. I wasn't near it, to be fair, but we know that Jarvis is the skipper. He leads the team well every week in, week out. I'm not too sure, but I'm sure that if that's what he said's happened, then he's being honest. So yeah, it should be appealed.
Well, that's football. I'm still trying to work out the formations, the shape that Diamonds play. I'm sort of old school. I still like the old 4-4-2. Mm-hmm. But at one point, I think in the second half, Michael Harriman made a double substitution to begin the second half. Was that something to the effect of a 4-2-3-1, I believe?
I'd say that it was a 4-2-3-1, and then out of possession, we wanted to have 4, and then 4 with a 1 and a 1, and just we knew that they wanted to get the ball into areas and drag people out. We worked on it at training in the week, so we knew we had a game plan, and Gaffer always has a good game plan to nullify the opposition. And like I said, we just switched off at moments, and then moments caught us out in the game.
Sure. Sporting Khalsa, though, apparently a very good team. They've won 7 on the trot now.
Yeah. They obviously took their chances well, upset us a little bit, and that's football. That's the league this season, and we need to become immune to that and kind of stop that from happening and make it our fortress here, which I think we have done and started off well, but we haven't maintained it.
One surprise maybe during the week, Ryan Inman signs with Diamonds on a dual reg, so that must have given a lift to the team going into the match.
Yeah, no, definitely. The lads were obviously buzzing for Ryan to come back in. Here last year, a big part of the club, knows the club inside out, and a great player, top lad as well. So he came straight in and fitted right in, but sad that we didn't get the win today with him back in on a short-term
Oh, exactly. I suppose you won't have time for training or practice because the next game is Tuesday night. During the season, of course, there's always peaks and valleys. Today was a valley. That's my cute little segue into our next match that we play the Valley Tuesday evening at Rugby Town. Early thoughts on that game? They got battered today, 5-1.
Yeah. I think it's just stick to the basics, the principles, focus on ourselves, know what we can do, and then Tuesday night we bounce back. And for us, for the team, the staff, and also the fans, which is the most important part.